The most expensive tools in our shops are the ones we barely use.
Everyone says buy once, cry once, like it's a golden rule.
But I'm too poor to cry once, and too poor to get it wrong. Cheap isn't always a bad word.
A $10 tool might be exactly what you need. Use it enough to wear it out.
Perfect. You've earned an upgrade.
The right tools don't just save you money, they save you from turning one mistake into 5. Today, we're breaking this down into 4 categories to tackle 10 frustrations only money can solve.
Some tools are worth the upgrade. Some cheap ones outlast the fancy ones. Let's find out which is which.
You can't afford to get these wrong, because when they fail,
you pay the price.
See no evil. We've all been there. You're cutting a board, but the moment you breathe, your glasses fog up like a sauna, and now you're working blind.
Pop quiz, hot shot. What do?
Stop, wait for them to clear, and hold your breath. Or take them off for a quick second and risk your eyes. Or buy a space helmet. I thought affordable and anti-fog couldn't exist in the same sentence. A lot of brands say they do, but they're lying.
Whoa, that was weird.
These 3M safety glasses with Scotchgard anti-fog coating actually work. Paying a little more up front is the cheapest insurance you'll ever buy for your eyes. We've all said it. It's just one quick cut, I don't need a mask.
Of course.
Then you wake up the next morning feeling like you spent the night inhaling sawdust. But the real frustration? When you do wear a mask, and it doesn't work. Disposable masks leak, and the same goes for our Z-style masks. For me, the only real fix was switching to a proper respirator with a P100 filter. Now we're moving from visible danger to invisible damage. Be honest, do you like sticking things in your ears? No, right? 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 Foam plugs are annoying, uncomfortable, and easy to lose. They seem cheap, but over time, that cost adds up. For a long time, I used regular noise-canceling headphones, but I realized that's just trading one loud noise for another. This will not prevent hearing loss. The answer? Quality earmuffs. Protecting your hearing is cheaper than losing it.
You can get ones that play music, but I'm not paying for that.
Aim for a noise reduction rating of 25 to 30 decibels or higher for better protection, especially if you use loud machinery often.
Golden rule number 1. When safety is the price, cheap is the most expensive thing you can buy.
Is your dust collection running? You're using the table saw totally in the zone. Wrong zone, then you realize. You never turned on your dust collection. Good thing you're wearing a respirator. I have my shop vac plugged into a cheap remote outlet I got off Amazon. Here's the thing, it does work and has for 3 years. But then I thought, this thing wasn't made for a shop vac. One day, is it gonna overheat and burn down my house? Is saving 30 bucks worth that risk? No, not at all. That's where the automatic vacuum switch comes in, and it's smarter than it looks. It doesn't just turn the vac on automatically when your tool starts. It adds a short delay. That prevents both tools from surging the circuit at the same time to protect against blowing a fuse. And it works in reverse. When you turn the tool off, it keeps the vacuum running a few seconds longer to clear the hose. You can even adjust how much power it takes to trigger the vac, so plugging in your phone doesn't set it off. I even tested a Dremel rotary tool at low speed, and it didn't draw enough power to trigger the vac. The only thing I wish it had is a remote. So I bought a second one that does have a remote, but let's just say the reviews are a little sketchy. So far it works fine, but I'm not ready to recommend it until I test it longer. An automatic vacuum switch is a small investment to make sure you're actually using your dust collection every time. Errors are inevitable. If you want to eliminate some of them, come with me. Misaligned hinges or crooked cabinet hardware can ruin a project. Moving your best build straight into only a mother could love territory. This is a self-centering bit. It eliminates the frustration of trying to eyeball the center of a hinge screw hole. The sleeve guides the bit perfectly into the middle before you even start drilling. This thing pays for itself instantly. This is one of those moments where cheap wins. I bought these 5 years ago at Harbor Freight, and I still haven't justified upgrading them. The frustration it saves is worth way more than the price tag. I even use them for small pilot holes in non-hinge situations. So it's a total win-win. You ever drilled a hole through a board that wasn't supposed to go through the board? Yeah, me neither. One over-drilled hole will haunt you for life. Every day you'll walk past your cover-up thinking, yeah, that's still ugly. You could slap on some tape and call it a day. Sure, it keeps the surface clean, but don't lose focus for even a second. That tape ain't stopping a drill bit. You've probably seen stop collars like this. If you've used a pocket hole jig or a doweling jig, your bit came with one. I hate them. They're designed to save your project, but they're held on by a single set screw. And that's where the trouble starts. With one tiny screw holding on for dear life, your perfect depth becomes a guessing game your board always loses. Worse, that screw chews into your bit like it's trying to leave its signature. I'm officially joining the clamping collar bandwagon. The split ring clamps evenly, so it locks tight without chewing up the drill bit. Pair it with the drill guide and you've got yourself a precision drilling system. If you're going to use screws and wood, you want to drill a pilot hole and countersink. You can't unsplit a board. I've been down the rabbit hole of countersinks, and every stop along the way came with a new frustration. When I first started, I went cheap with a basic countersink bit. It worked until it broke. Then I tried a dedicated sinker. I must have thought I'd love swapping bits every few minutes.
This is the worst.
Word to the wise, if you're using these, countersink first, then drill. Otherwise, you'll leave a funky little crater that'll haunt you forever. Next, I went the tapered bits route. It solved the bit switching problem, but created a new issue. They practically pull themselves into the wood. Speed without control always comes at a cost. I needed something with real quality and a built-in stop. That's where the Katz Moses countersink comes in. The best feature is this magnetic, one-handed, toolless depth adjustment ring. You can dial in your countersink depth on the fly. No stopping mid-project looking for an Allen key. My favorite part? The flat spot on the drill shaft. It gives a set screw something solid to grab. None of that slipping, scarring nonsense from the cheap collars I ranted about earlier. Unlike other ones, you don't toss it when the cutter's dull, as this system uses replaceable cutters. Here's the difference between a cheap tool and a lifetime one. It's designed to be taken apart, cleaned, maintained, and have cutters replaced individually. You're not buying a consumable, you're buying a tool built to last.
Golden rule number 2. The pain of quality is felt once. The cost of cheap never runs out.
When you rip a board, it can drift from the fence. That little drift gives you an uneven cut. And suddenly, your project just got a lot smaller. That's where a feather board can help. It keeps consistent pressure on your workpiece against the fence, stopping it from drifting and giving you cleaner, safer cuts. Sure, you can make a DIY feather board, but your time is worth more than the $15 it costs to buy a cheap one. Setting it up right is the key. The feather board should apply slight pressure before the blade, never after. You don't want pressure on the cut.
Cheap ones work fine, but this is an area where some creature comforts are worth the extra cost. Here are 2 upgrades that you should think about.
The Bow Feather Pro is arguably the best for safety. It uses foam fingers that grip the wood tighter and reduce kickback. Also, it is nearly double the size of a cheap one, but still reasonably priced. The MagSwitch Featherboard uses powerful magnets to lock instantly to any cast iron or steel tabletop, so setup takes seconds. But it's also the kind of purchase your spouse will question. It's the one I use the most. The faster a tool sets up, the more I actually use it. Whether it's cheap, premium, or DIY, a featherboard is a must-have in your shop.
Golden rule number 3. Setup always takes time, but precision pays you back every time. Mosquito.
Let's eliminate a few small acts of chaos that cause rage in the shop. Time's running out on your patience. You'd better open that glue bottle before you lose control. I was this close to DIYing a glue opener, but then I saw Rockler's glue bottle dock. For the price, my time was worth more. But then I saw the shipping price was almost the same. The closest store to me is an hour away in Houston. Drive in Houston. Pay for shipping. Drive in Houston. Nope, shipping it is. Okay, glue's open. Oh my word, really? It's clogged.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I grabbed a non-clogging glue bottle as well, since I was paying for shipping anyways. Now, I'm not a fan of refilling bottles, glue, or soap related, but this one lets me just screw on the whole bottle. No spills, no mess. Which I'm usually great at making. It's a tool that fixes not just a problem in the shop, but a problem in me. This was my first attempt at screwing on the bottle, and I almost made a horrible mess. You can use a condiment bottle if that's more your style. Just remember, rage shouldn't be one of your options. For me, the non-clogging tip and no refill setup are worth every penny. A cloud of fine dust left after routing is pure rage fuel, but the night is young, you'll forget about the mess. Until the next time you walk into your shop. You'll spend more time cleaning up than you spent routing. I try to clean as I go, but I fail more than I succeed. Most dust collection attachments for trim routers are big, bulky, and basically an afterthought. But this one by Woodworks is different. It has some ingenious ingenuity. Toolless and fast attachment? Check. Captures 99% of the dust right at the source? Yup. Cleanup? What cleanup? The attachment screws stay in place. No falling out. No disappearing into the void. No crawling around the floor, hunting tiny screws. They make 8 bases for the most common trim routers, which is nice. It actually fits right without a bunch of tinkering. No one wants a Swiss cheese router plate. This tool isn't just about dust collection. The router plate's bigger, gives you more support, and has a nice, comfortable handle. And if you want to level up even more, it can double as a router table.
Golden rule number 4. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy rage insurance.
Forget Furby, Tickle Me Elmo, and the Pet Rock. Yes, even Pet Rock. This is this year's hottest Christmas gift. Or maybe your birthday's coming up, or it's just Tuesday and your spouse loves 2-day shipping. No one likes breaking down boxes with a utility knife. It's time-consuming and dangerous to my hands. Need to flush cut a dowel, sand a tight corner, scrape off old glue, cut through a nail, charge your phone? Mr. E does it all.
I love the oscillating tool. It's so bad.
The secret is in the blades. You can swap them out for anything. Like this hook knife blade, perfect for shingles, carpet, and cardboard. This one's all about saving time, so you can get back to what you love. Your spouse. You thought I was going to say woodworking, didn't you? So why did I buy this one? Because it can charge my phone, and that was just too funny to pass up.
Yes, I am a child. Golden rule number 5. Never let a cheap tool or an expensive mistake stop you from making something. I'm Joseph with 5 Duck Studio. I hope to see you next time. Wouldn't be the same without you.